Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to go over these Eric Johnson and Joe Bonamassa style of descending runs. Some of these licks will be easier to play than others, but I'm going to keep up on this series with this concept. So to get started, we're going to go over how they typically like to do these runs. We're going to go over a starting lick, and then a more advanced one, and then we're going to go with a bonus part to that advanced lick, if that makes sense. First off, I wanted to go over the style of picking they like to use. If you've seen EJ or JB tutorials on YouTube, you should know they like to use a style of picking called economy picking. Economy picking is the process of combining two or more picking techniques together. He basically does them in groupings of notes. Like he'll decide if he wants to play 3, 4, 5, or 6 note groupings. I'll even play up to 8 note groupings to try to make it look like it keeps rolling across the fretboard. With the odd note groupings, you can sweep pick down after a 5 note grouping and start over on that line. And same with the 3 or 7 note groupings. I will post a video in the description from a YouTuber called Troy Grady who goes super in depth about this and the way the pick is angled. This series will be focused on building these crazy licks that Eric or Joe just kind of pulls out of their ass sometimes. We also got ascending runs, which we can throw in at times to try to get back up the neck, and then we can continue on with the descending runs. Okay, we have 2 licks for you to start learning today. So the first one will be this one. This will start out with the groupings that I was talking about earlier. When you're starting this ascending run out, you can have your palm on here really lightly and then just kind of pick the note. And then I'm just holding my palm over like really, really, really lightly, just so that I can get the notes to still sound like notes, but they're not actually ringing out. So that's without the palm muting. At some point, you're gonna have to learn how to do a reverse roll, so it would kind of look like this. So this one will start out with an ascending lick at first. That will look like this. First, we are going to sweep pick the first 3 notes. Then we are going to do an upstroke on the 15th fret of the high E string. Then we are going to down pick the 15th fret of the B string and then play an upstroke on the 12th fret of the high E string. So that will be a total of 6 notes to start off this lick, ending on the high E string of the 12th fret. Then we are going to start with a group of 3 notes, landing on the A note of the 14th fret of the G string. While picking downwards on the A note, we are going to pick downwards again on the adjacent string and start a whole new group of notes. Then we are going to play 6 notes, landing on the 12th fret of the D string with an upstroke, starting on the G string on the A again, and finishing it off with a group of 8 notes. And to add that Eric juice, he likes to do this a whack ton, but to play the octave above the first interval that we finished on. Now we as a group are going to practice this one with a metronome. Make sure to go as low as possible when starting these out. I've been playing these licks for a long time now, and I only had to practice them for like an hour or two to get them up to speed. But the longer you take to master these licks, the less errors you will make when actually having to use them when playing. This lick will be a straight groupings of 6, and it basically is 6 notes in each of these pentatonic shapes. But it's a good way to look like you're rolling across the fretboard. The downside is that this is straight alternate picking, and in my experience, it's a lot easier to play these types of licks up to higher speed when you start with an ascending run. Even if it's just bouncing from the B string to the high E string and then rolling down the fretboard. So now for this final one. We are going to add in an ascending run, basically in the middle of it, just for extra flair. Now we're gonna play along with the metronome so we get that muscle memory needed to rip and tear through this fretboard, damn it! I'm the Guitar Slinger. If you liked the video, please subscribe, like, and comment for more tutorials. I am gonna be trying really hard to make this YouTube channel a thing, and if you could support me, that would mean the world to me. Yeah, I love you guys. Have a good one.